So this is RFK Jr. right here. If you didn't know, a member of the Kennedy family, obviously. He is a son of former Senator. Let me say that again. A son of Senator and former U.S. Attorney General Robert F. Kennedy, and a nephew of President John F. Kennedy. All right. This is RFK Jr. and he says he plans to tell CDC to stop recommending fluoride in drinking water. Okay, so and the CDC, which you heard about a lot back in 2020, right? The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, okay? And RFK Jr. Is U.S. Health Secretary. So on Monday, he says he plans to tell the CDC to stop recommending fluoridation in communities nationwide. Kennedy said he's assembling a task force on health experts to study the issue and make new recommendations. Also on Monday, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency announced it is reviewing new scientific information on potential health risks of fluoride in drinking water. The EPA sets the maximum level allowed in public water systems. Kennedy told the AP of his plans after a news conference with EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin in Salt Lake City. Kennedy cannot order communities to stop fluoridation, but he can direct the CDC to stop recommending it and work with the EPA to change the allowed amount. All right. Let's go over here. What is fluoride? Okay. An inorganic, that's not good that it says inorganic, right? I don't think so. Monatomic anion of fluorine with the chemical formula F. It just doesn't sound good, right? Chemical, inorganic, right? That's interesting that it's got F, huh? And this is RFK Jr. Even like CDC, with the initials like RFK Jr. That's interesting with the initials because DMX death anniversary just hit. That's interesting, right? As I record this, it's the 4th anniversary of DMX's death anniversary. That's really interesting, okay? So you get DMX, RFK Jr., CDC. Man, that's super interesting, y'all. Very interesting. Let's check this video out. Damn, that's highly interesting. Okay, you may not hear the volume. Obviously, I hope you do.
Health check this morning. The Environmental Protection Agency will reconsider the health impacts of fluoride in drinking water. It comes as Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. says he will tell the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention to stop recommending it. Kennedy was in Utah yesterday as it became the first state to ban the mineral in drinking water. Kennedy claims fluoride has been associated with arthritis, bone breaks, and thyroid disease. The American Dental Association says decades of fluoride in drinking water have been shown to reduce tooth decay.
What do we believe anymore? You know what I'm saying? Look, drinking water, 72 like RFK Jr. All right? 72 And it's right in the title. What are we talking about? Drinking water, RFK Jr., the 72 match. And I thought this was amazing, by the way. Look at, he's got the Michelle Obama birthday, all right? 1/17, January 17, 117. Or you just say the 17th day of the first month, 171, and he's age 71, right? Look at CDC. You get like his birthday all up in the base ciphers there. CDC, reverse reduction 17, reverse 71, and ordinal, look at ordinal and reduction there. 10 and 10. Isn't that cool? So 10, 10, 17, and 71. Isn't that cool? And he's got the 17th day of the first month birthday, age 71. Amazing, right? So born on the 17th, age 71, CDC equals 17 and 71 in the language, okay? RFK Jr., and a politician, same as former First Lady Michelle Obama with the same birthday. I'm trying to switch tabs there. I guess it's not going to switch easily. But okay, and you see right there, RFK Jr. says he plans to tell CDC to stop recommending fluoride in drinking water. Oops, went too far. Awesome, okay? Look how drinking equals 49 even. And that's the date today as this is trending as I'm recording this. Drinking water has got 81 in reverse reduction. It's a 81-day span from that birthday to the article. Look at Monday right there. 81-day span from his birthday to the article. April 7th. And drinking water equals 81 in reverse reduction, okay? What do you think about that? And look at his birthday, January 17, first month, 17th day. 1 plus 17 is 18. All right? So without that span, this, this hits 80 days after his birthday, right? 81 days from start to end, including both dates. But 80 days after his birthday, notice how 80 days is the same as 11 weeks, 3 days. 113. Politics 113. Robert Francis Kennedy Jr. 133. You get the same numbers. These are political numbers. Okay, Joe Biden hit the Senate stage 1/3. Politics also equals 103. BS as in bullshit. 113 and 103. The number for dishonesty equals 113. Look how Francis down here on the bottom. You see how it breaks down his full name? Francis equals 47. And again, that is the article date, Monday 4/7. Very political number as well, right? Trump 47, DC, White House, president, government, all 47, Republican, Democrat, two parties, all equal 47 as well, okay? They say Utah here the last month became the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water, pushing past opposition from dentists and national health organizations. Utah's got 50. That's interesting. Toothpaste 50, right? Isn't it? And, they'll recommend fluoride in toothpaste and all that. So I just thought I'd put that in there. Utah 50 like toothpaste. Look at how Utah's got 22 like water. as they're the first state to ban fluoride in public drinking water. Isn't that amazing? Utah 22, water 22. Utah's got the 50 like toothpaste. You know what? Politics has 50 as well. I don't think that I put that in here, but I'm going to show you. Look, politics has 50. And notice these other numbers. I mentioned 113, 103. Notice the 40 as that pops up as well. Politics 50, bullish 50, and you're seeing the 113, 31, 103. Look, bullish 31 like Donald. Donald's got that 50 as well, okay? But let me show you back to politics again. Look how politics has 40. Why is that big here with our country and again politics? Look, US equals 40. USA equals 40. And United States also equals 40, okay? We'll just go real big like that. You see? All 40s right there, right? So that's pretty awesome. That's interesting because look at Utah. Look at Utah's almost shaped like a 4. You see that? If it was upside down, right? That's interesting, right? Isn't that cool? All right, so looks like I got to finish an update here on the PC, but I'm going to muscle through this. Okay, that was cool, right? So nice and easy, and I think this is another video. Again, I hope you can hear it.
U.S. Health Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. said he plans to tell the CDC to stop recommending fluoride in drinking water in communities nationwide. The addition of low levels of fluoride to drinking water was long considered one of the greatest public health achievements of the last century. Kennedy said he's assembling a task force of health experts to study the issue and make new recommendations. Last month, Utah became the first state to ban fluoride in drinking water. It pushed past opposition from dentists and national health organizations who warned that the move would disproportionately hurt low-income residents who can't afford regular dentist visits. According to the CDC, fluoride strengthens teeth and reduces cavities by replacing minerals lost during normal wear and tear. Kennedy has called fluoride a quote, dangerous neurotoxin and said it has been associated with arthritis, bone breaks, and thyroid disease.
You just got to stay away from sugar, y'all. I guess. I've been semi-successful on cavities, non-cavities. It's the coffee that's my problem. Ugh. You know what I'm saying?
Disease. Some studies have suggested that such links might exist, though some reviewers have questioned the quality of available evidence. Kennedy can't order communities to stop fluoridation, but he can direct the CDC to stop recommending it and work with the EPA to change the allowed amount in public water systems.
All right, and I'm going to scroll down the article. I'm glad this was pretty easy too. And I just woke up from a 2-hour nap, and it's like 9:28 p.m. So I don't know, maybe I'll go back to bed. It's kind of awkward staying up and being awake at this time. So it's kind of cool that I can just buzz through this nice and easy. I'm going to see if there's anything else in the article that may be relevant. It says Republican Governor Spencer Cox signed legislation barring cities and communities from deciding whether to add the cavity preventing mineral to their drinking water. Now, look, it may prevent cavities, but okay, there could be some negatives. So they're saying prevents cavities. Well, preventing cavities isn't, that isn't like a lifesaver. It's cool, right? But they say it like, okay, maybe they're covering up a negative, just the way they state it like that, okay? Water systems, and I'm not like no scientist or dentist or anything, okay? Water systems across the state must stop fluoridation by May 7. What state are they talking about? I think they're talking about Utah still. Kennedy praised Utah for emerging as the leader in making America healthy again. Oh boy. He was flanked by Utah legislative leaders and the sponsor of the state's fluoride law. So we get that May 7 date right there. Look, so I'm gonna on the fly check and do we have a 57? It's cool that I saved the numbers here. Thumbnail hits. Is there a 57 or a 75? And I entered very little here. I don't see a 57 or 75. I don't like to stretch when I do these breakdowns. Look, that's literally everything I entered. I could have probably put just his first name, his last name, but that's that. And there may be a 75 in there. But again, I don't want to push it, right? Okay. So I guess we can leave that 75 alone for now. Let's scroll a little more here. Kennedy oversees the CDC, whose recommendations are widely followed but not mandatory. I mean, you might at this point you might as well make things mandatory. I'm tired of having options. You know what I mean? For real, like they try to put it out there like it's great. Can we just figure out what's right or wrong and just stick with that for F's sakes? You know what I mean? State and local governments decide whether to add fluoride to water, and all the divide, then it just adds more confusion. Red, blue, white, black, right, wrong, you know, ridiculous. Did I say left, right, up, down? It's like, all right. So they look at we get a 1950 right here. So there's a 50. Fluoride strengthens teeth, reduces cavities by replacing minerals lost during normal wear and tear, according to the CDC. In 1950, federal officials endorsed water fluoridation to prevent tooth decay. That's amazing, isn't it? Because toothpaste equals 50. Isn't that amazing? Oh, and look, there's his birthday right there. Remember, he's born on the 17th, and CDC equals 17. Look at that. 1/3. And you get the 13, like 113 equals politics. About 1/3 of community water systems, which is, I guess, 17,000 out of 51,000 across the U.S., fluoridated their water. Okay, so you get the 17 and you get the 13. All right, and remember, Utah also has that 50. Okay, so with not a lot of slides being in here, it hits very heavy. You see that? Bam, back to his birthday, and don't forget that's the Michelle Obama birthday. And I did that Tom Cruise short that hit big. Like I literally uploaded it, Tom Short, Val Kilmer, and it literally had like 1,000 views in like a few minutes, and then they shut it down and even took 500 views away from it. But since that short hit big, now the videos are just like staying around like 18, 19 views. It's like, okay. You know what I mean? It's like they balance it, right? It's like can we live in a real world? You know what I mean? Like, and finding out the world's fake this late in life, super cringe, man. Super cringe. But yeah, all the way back to RFK Jr. 72 like drinking water. It's what it's all about. So that's the breakdown. Obviously there's going to be more in here. I'm trying to make it simple. I mean, it's a fake world ran on the language and these numerical values attached to these letters, just with the language we speak. It's undeniable, man. And I mentioned DMX's death anniversary, April 9th, as I record this right now. 4/9 DMX, RFK Jr, CDC. It's all with the language. Okay. So RFK Jr. says he plans to tell CDC to stop recommending fluoride in drinking water. Even drinking water, you get the D like DMX. Shout out to y'all. Until next time.